Robert Weiss is a professor of natural hazards in the Department of Geosciences at Virginia Tech University. Professor, thank you for your time. Firstly, your reaction to this 6.4 magnitude earthquake 2 weeks after those large ones?
Well, thanks for having me. First of all, this is kind of a surprise because it's a large earthquake and this long after the main shocks occurred. So it's kind of a surprise. And this is part of the mystery that Earth still has for us in stock, if you will.
I'm curious about how big an earthquake can get. Okay, we saw 7.6, 7.5. There were many 6 points, 5 points, 4 points aftershocks, varying in size and magnitude. And now this massive 6.4. How big can an earthquake actually get? And are the plates that Turkey sits on capable of producing the largest quakes possible?
But the largest quakes possible usually occur in subduction zones where the oceanic crust is abducted under continental crust. Of the largest top 20 earthquakes that occurred in the past, only one of them occurred in a situation similar to what we observe in Turkey, where two continental plates sort of grind against each other. Usually they occur in oceanic settings. It's really difficult to actually predict if the largest earthquake, and I'm talking about the 9.2, 9.3, 9.4 kind of earthquakes, it's very, very highly unlikely that it might take place. Not impossible, but very unlikely. Larger earthquakes than 7.6, 7.8 are surely possible. But again, the likelihood is now a little lower because the main shocks occurred.
It's really hard to believe that, considering many professionals thought that these aftershocks would just reduce over time, possibly for weeks, months, even years. So seeing the 6.4 is quite surprising. Can you respond to misconceptions, I guess, about earthquakes? There's a lot of talk happening, swirling online onto what causes earthquakes, when they happen. Maybe one you can respond to: big earthquakes always occur in the morning. Is that true or false?
That is false. I can tell you earthquakes are occurring randomly. They have the probability to take at any hour of the day. That's just a fact. They're not controlled by external forces that are related to night and day.
There's also an idea that earthquakes happen during hot and dry weather. How do you respond to that?
Again, there might be some like third, fourth order, meaning very, very small effects of climate over long periods of time on earthquakes. But we are talking about very, very large, very large forces, and that is driven by internal movements, and I mean internal in the Earth and at the depth to where the earthquakes occur, and that is in this case in the order of 10 kilometers. And it's really unlikely that processes that determine the dry or the wetness of the state of the soil has any consequence in that depth of 10 or 11 kilometers below the Earth's surface.
Interesting. I appreciate you clearing up that for us, Professor Robert Weiss at the Virginia Tech University. Thank you.